all, the emotional roller coaster that I was in that movie.
Cause some people you want to throw outside.
Bitch, go outside. You go out there. Don't talk. You go out there. And you dummies that sway from once. I said, this is what God was talking about when he said he spew people out that be on the fence, that's easy to blow as the wind. You be going this way and that way. I ain't got time for this. Make up your mind, make your stand 10 toes down. Oh, you mofos, they got on my nerves. So
the lady that I wanted to throw outside was, it didn't sting me. I am one of God's chosen. I said, oh, I know how this ends. Because you people are... You motherfuckers are always the one.
Anytime they say that, kill him off the break. Don't take no chance. Kill him right in there.
Hello, beautiful people and fellow winers, and welcome to another episode of A Little Something, the number 2. Wine About with your hostesses, Siobhan Camille.
And Tae Michelle.
Where sips get real and we wine while we whine about life, relationships, culture, and so much more. Every Wednesday at noon Eastern Time, over a glass of wine on the couch. It is 4th Wednesday, so we are whining for the culture. This is our 150th episode, y'all.
Woo!
So, all that. So we're going to see where this goes. We're going to talk a little conspiracy theories. We're going to talk a little what's going on. We're just going to see where we are at 150. So grab a glass of your favorite red, white, rosé, Pinot de Agua, and join us on the couch. Don't drink and drive. God bless you.
All right. Please don't drink and drive. And yes, God bless you. Oh, y'all, we 150 in, y'all. Woo, that's a big number. That's a big, like, most people don't live to be 150. Like, woo. Like, yeah, that's a lot. Okay, we're here. And for this episode, because, it's the end of the month and stuff, we still on our whites. But if you're new, we kind of, like, for this one, we don't always have popping grapes experience. We just have a grape experience.
I mean, it's popping. It's still popping.
Okay. I don't know if this is necessary. Mine is not popping. I'm not popping.
I don't think we had Kirkland. Anything, actually.
Oh, well then, okay, I am popping. Okay, well, we should pop it out here in these streets. Let's pop on. Okay. What's your popping grape experience you having today?
Popping. This is a blue Vin. It's a Riesling by Hessen out of Germany. It's a 2023 semi-sweet 9.5 ABV. So we in here. We in cheer.
Okay, and this is Kirkland. This is a Sauvignon Blanc by Kirkland. For all of those who don't know, Kirkland is the Sam's Club brand.
I don't think I knew that.
Yes, it's Kirkland. And I know that because when we used to get our alcohol for the birthdays, when we was at the club, we would go to Sam's Club, and people got upset that people exposed the like Grey Goose and Grey Goose, Ciroc, and all that was made at the same distillery as Kirkland. So if you bought Kirkland, it was just like buying the same quality, pretty much. And I was like, oh, so Sam's is the move then. So that's what a lot of people was doing because it was cheaper than the name brand stuff. So I know that was like a whole conspiracy, which we're gonna talk about. It was a conversation, and y'all, this is a 2024 Marlborough Sauvignon Blanc from New Zealand. I don't know what part of New Zealand got Kirkland, but that's what it say.
That's where the grapes come from.
Okay, it's Kirkland.
So they probably bottled here.
Okay,
So
well,
they got to be imported in some type of way, either in the
I
bottle or the
mean,
grapes.
yeah, it's 12.5 alcohol by volume. So it's Kirkland, and we're gonna Kirkland it up. Okay.
I don't know why every time you say Kirkland, all I can think of is Kirk Franklin. That's literally where my mind is like. Kirkland, Kirk Franklin. Listen, that's why my yo.
You're the reason why.
Listen. I don't know why you every time you like Kirkland. I'm like, it sounds so it sounds so official, so gospel, so hard. Why does it sound like that?
It's the K.
It's the K.
It's not the C. You know, the C sometimes is a little softer. The K is more crisp.
It's the Kirk Franklin. It's the Kirkland. That's why. I'm sorry, y'all.
Oh goodness. Oh, that was hilarious. Okay, so y'all, so the conspiracy theory thing, the conspiracy theory topic. I ain't gonna lie, my I don't know if I'm gonna call it ADHD, autism, my deflection brain. I don't know. I was like, oh, let's talk about conspiracy theories. My sister said, what?
Y'all.
It was extremely random, but it popped in my head. So, while we talk about different little things, because we're going to be all over the place, because this is conspiracy.
Listen, they have conspiracies about everything. That's why I was like...
Everything. What? Everything from religion, the Da Vinci Code, that whole thing, the Illuminati and the Masons.
I forgot about the Masons.
Yes, and a part of me, the part of me that likes history but don't like to read, wants to know more about it, but the part of me that don't like to read is winning. So I watch a couple documentaries, but I ain't reading nothing. So I'm gonna be full conspiracy or whatever the documentary say is probably what I'm gonna recite because I'm not doing real research. Unless it's we're over here talking about a play. It's gonna have to be random, okay? But it is something that I do be kind of curious about because ultimately I do believe that some conspiracies have to have some bit of truth somewhere. Now, where they twist it might vary. Like the conspiracy theory of y'all famous goddess that y'all like to put on a pedestal not having her first baby, having a surrogate and pretending and all of that, and everybody was like, oh, y'all just haters, and then her stomach collapsed, which it did, and then it was no in that, and then this, that, well, she had this, that, and that, all that,
Okay, so my thing about that conspiracy theories, I know it's an old one now, because Blue was like a teenager or something. But here's my thing. I don't know how old
9/11 was supposed to be a conspiracy.
I'm not even going to touch that right now. Mm-hmm. But my thing is this. I will say this. I think if Blue is the result of a surrogate, I think a big opportunity was missed.
Absolutely.
To destigmatize surrogates.
And
the other reason that I truly believe that Blue is a surrogate of some type, because that doesn't mean that she's not of your DNA. Y'all have money. Y'all have money to make sure egg, sperm, you can do this. I know a lesbian couple that did that. Clearly not the sperm part. They went to the bank. But the child has the DNA of one of the women, right? Like, it's not that that's not a thing. But so you could have done that as an opportunity to just own it. The other thing is
y'all got money.
Why I will believe. Well, the other thing of why I believe that it was is because with the twins, I believe you really carried.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. We're gonna talk about it. Go ahead.
The twins, I believe you really carried, absolutely. And they were literally carried like. They were literally talked about, and you really truly carried that situation very differently. than with Blue. The funny, and this, let me tell you here. Okay, I'm gonna say this to the stand, and then I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you go because I already know how you. This is your area. This ain't even my area. But I'm gonna say this to the stand. I'm gonna say this to the Beehive stands. Here's my thing. I need y'all to stop making excuses that don't make sense, because I hear a bunch of people say, well, why don't you ever see the twins? I can't remember their name, Sir and Rumi or something like that. Why don't you ever see the twins? And people are like, oh, she don't have to put her kids out there for all of y'all. Da 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 da. They young. They children. She letting them have a childhood. Pause. Because what about Blue?
Say it. Come on, say
what about Blue? What about Blue then? What about Blue?
Come on, say it.
This is mine. I'm gonna let you have your moment. My issue is, well, what about Blue? Because if you're gonna say, well, she's letting them be 4, she's letting them be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Was Blue not 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and paraded around in the spotlight? So why did the twins get sheltered? But I'm not even talking about Blue now. I'm talking about Blue when she was the same age as the twins. Like, and I understand people change and grow and all that other stuff, but like, don't do that. Okay, go ahead, go for it.
No, go. I'm listening. I have so many things. This was literally a conversation at work this week because one of my coworkers is a die-hard Beehive, and we were talking about IVF, and somehow like she came up, and I was like, I say this is my biggest reason. One of them, I don't respect them. No, I do personally. I do not believe she carried Blue.
I don't either.
Is there a problem with that? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. If we had the money, me and the husband probably would have did that for one to connect everybody back in the day when we were trying to. But I have endometriosis, adenomyosis, and PCOS, so it's extremely hard. So that's we went through the whole thing, thinking about it. X, Y, and Z funds not there because it's already 6 of them bad boys. So we didn't have that as an option. That wasn't in the cards for us. So with that being said, and you being this on this platform and having this audience that you have, and so many women having infertility issues, having people who want children, who can't have children, people who have children, who have been through that already. Like you talk about advocacy, you could have been an advocate for that. Completely missed that opportunity. But you took the opportunity to announce the pregnancy, to fake it. You took the opportunity to then pretend to be emotionally damaged because of what everybody was saying. Then you didn't address you didn't address the public at all in reference to it. And I believe she did try to hide Blue for a while. I do believe she did try to hide Blue for a while. However, now she's on tour with you, which is great. You know, do your thing, baby. Train them up, teach them your skills. I'm all for that. My issue is the authenticity. That puts your authenticity for me as a person in question. And if you're not authentic, I don't care if you're an authentic liar. I know I ain't got to expect no truth from you. I know exactly what I'm gonna get from you, okay? Ain't nobody paying attention to you. We know you be lying. Like, you know, we know people. We say that all the time. That's one. For the twins, this is the thing. Remember when she was pregnant with Blue, she canceled tours. When she was pregnant with the twins, they said this is conspiracy, she couldn't cancel it. Everything was already set up, and this is that and the other. So what did they do? They had dance routines where this young lady was literally in the chair the entire time because of what? She was high risk pregnancy. Yes, you carried that completely different. Yes, you moved with caution. We could tell you carried them babies. As someone who don't like you, I was like, okay, cool. Do your thing. I'm glad you're carrying them. And I also feel like you did that to kind of prove people wrong. Like, well, y'all said I did carry blue, but look at me. But
carrying twins is different also than carrying a case.
It is. It's weight on your body. And then the whole thing, she shut down the wing of the hospital. Now, let me tell y'all something. I know too many people that work in the medical field. I don't care how much money you got. They are not shutting down an entire pregnancy wing of any hospital because they can get sued in real life. Like, and lose for real. They didn't do that. Now, I do believe what they did was there might have been a wing that was under construction or not fully built, or there was something that would give her, allot her that privacy. Absolutely. But they didn't just shut down. What if somebody was in active pregnancy, active labor, and you think they shut that down for her? No. They did not.
My thing is this though. I feel like a lot of it was show, because even with the twins, there is the labor, there's partially a labor video, right? I feel like for as young, loud, and out there as she was when she had blue, if you went through all that 10, 12, 6 years later, however many years after the fact, like, I don't know. I also find it interesting because when the twins happened, it was admitted that, like, she had fertility issues, and that's why they were such a surprise.
Yes, and again, that's fine. You're not.
But then my thing is, but then just say that, because this is, again, like, to your point and to what we said. As a person on that, whatever, at that level, with that much name recognition, with that much whatever, be a true advocate for if you are having fertility issues. And quite honestly, a lot of women in Hollywood have fertility issues because with the stress and strain on your mental, on your body, on everything else, from whether you're a dancer on tour, whether you're an actress and constantly getting the stress of getting a role, losing a role, taking a role, lose weight for this role, gain weight for this role, all of that takes, whether you're a dancer, it all takes a toll on your body and your fertility. Therefore, it does the same thing for men, but people don't want to talk about that. So as a woman, it definitely does. So you're not alone in that.
You're not.
Mariah Carey admitted to having a bunch of miscarriages.
Yes, you're not an anomaly, baby. And that's the part that I don't like. I feel like they were feeding into the, oh, I am the perfect person, like, look at me. I feel like they were feeding into that, and you don't have to. But that's another reason why I don't really care for them. Plus, I know other stuff, so we're gonna leave that alone too. So that's one conspiracy. So, like I said, I do believe there are some truths in some. Like when I watched the Da Vinci Code, y'all. Do y'all know the first time I watched the Da Vinci Code back in the day, I went to look for the paintings of The Last Supper?
I think I've only seen the Da Vinci Code once. I liked Angels and Demons or whatever that.
That's the second part.
I like that better. I like that one.
That one was more, I want to say, more movie-esque, where the first one was truly movie, but built around the conspiracy of the whole thing. But I was like, y'all, I went looking for these paintings. Now, the thing is, I found a few different variations. Do I know which one is which and which one is real? And no one can tell you. Because it is one where that man do look like a girl. And that's beside him. And they do, oh, okay. And, okay, the scarf, the place, the color. Oh, okay, I get it. But then it's another one where it's not dead. That person's not dead at all.
People forget, though, or act like artists in the back in the day didn't do what people do now. Like, listen, and I think we look at it differently because we go, oh, a painting, who would do that? Well, yes, it's not as easy as a picture, boo, but if it's like, hey, we're going to take a girl's scrap, I don't like her. We're going to take her out. Or, hey, boo, can you step back? Keep stepping. We're going to take this again. Right? Like, but people did that in paintings. People painted people in and out of pictures all the time.
In and out of pictures, people change their faces all the time. Like, I heard the conspiracy theory of the white Jesus painting. That's what.
Oh, that's based on Borealis, one of the brothers of
whoever painted it. That's their love. That's their boyfriend.
Yeah, I heard that.
And I was like, oh,
it was based on one of the rich dudes of an Italian family. Yeah,
I thought it was who painted it. Was it Michelangelo?
The guy in it, I think, was the
boyfriend of the painter.
Correct, but the person, the dude in the picture was an Italian aristocrat, which is why it was able to get circulated the way that it was, because he had the money to do so.
I mean, I get that, but it's like, wait, what? Huh? And this is something I literally just learned like maybe 2 years ago, and I was like,
I learned that like 5. Yeah,
I was like, so you mean to tell me that's a gay man and all the Christian Catholic people because y'all refuse to make him black like he's supposed to be? But okay.
That's why I keep seeing on Instagram that made me laugh, and it would be white people doing this. That's why I would crack up. And they would take the Katt Williams. Whose white baby is this? That's your baby. No, that's not light skinned. That's rice skinned. That might be my baby. And then they cut to like the brown version picture. That might be my baby. But that just because you named him Darren don't mean he's Darren. And like I appreciate the fact that it's Caucasians doing this. Because I'm dying on the inside.
Oh goodness. So like it's like when I hear stuff like that, I be like, oh, like I know you from New York, so 9/11 hit a little different. And I'm not gonna lie, when I was younger, first thing 9/11 in itself was just devastating. Like being a senior and watching that and like living and going through that was just like what. And I wasn't in New York, I was here. So even the whole part of the Pentagon, like that, it was crazy, unbelievably sad. It was life alternating, like for everybody, because it made you look wider. You know, it didn't make it, well, at least for me, it made me not be so locally minded. It made me look more globally at things and situations and what's really happening in the world from the narratives that were being told, and especially over time as things quote unquote came out and came to be and realized and all of that. But after the initial shock, because I know we be like, oh shit, oh, and then our brain starts to process and starts to think. And then I started hearing a lot of stuff about, no, they blew them up. They, because otherwise, then I heard demolition crew saying if that building, it wouldn't have failed that way. And this is that and the other. And well, the way that building was built and it had fire resistant, installation. And I was like, now wait a minute. Some of it, I ain't gonna lie, made sense. But then my initial thought was, God had his hand on that thing to make sure that thing didn't topple over this way or that way. He just, and that was my initial, like, well, you know what, God, you be showing off sometimes, like, okay, and this was a visual for me. And I took it as that and nothing else. And then later on, I started thinking, I was like, still not taking stuff away from God, because I still believe he did have a hand in making sure them things just, as less, I guess, damage as possible. But it also made me think, did y'all blow that damn building up? What happened? Like, for real, what top secret shit was going on that y'all didn't want the fuck to get out?
I'll say this. I think for the buildings, for the towers, I remember it. And I'm going to tell you why I remember it. I remember it because everybody made such a big deal about it. I don't think when people do you'll always remember where you were. It's true. But part of that, I think, for me is true because everybody kept saying it at the time and they like force you to ingrain it, quite frankly. Also, yes, I was in New York State when all this happened, so like different. Because this was freshman year. It's also was slightly different because even being in upstate New York, a lot of people have family and stuff in the city.
Right.
Like you just do. And I remember, I guess my aunt called my mom to be like, "Are you okay?" Which I guess I hadn't really considered it because I knew my mom was at home, but she did go to New York City often for work. Um, I'll say this: I think I would be surprised if most buildings, federal, on that level, because World Trade Center had a lot of federal stuff in it. If a lot of federal buildings don't have false safes in them, like I would just be surprised. Like I'm not saying I don't think they intend. I'll say this: I think the planes hit and it was it's a bomb in the bottom.
What
of that
do
building.
we do? Mm-hmm.
It's a bomb in the bottom of that building. If we blast it, it'll fall this way. We can at least mitigate the damage. Cool. Throw the siren, throw the alarms, everything. They got 2 hours to get out. Whoever can get out in 2 hours, and then we topple on it and we topple on the one next door too, right? Like I don't think that's that far fetched because let's be serious. We see all the spy movies where they build stuff into, laptops to self-destruct after you read this message. So if you really think that people don't have bombs in buildings that you just don't know about, that's just stupid.
Oh no, that's dumb for you to believe that.
If you really don't think that, I feel like I work in a federal building. I 1000% believe you got something in here that if it's one of those worst case scenarios, nobody gets out alive. Shut the building down and blow it up.
And the government does that. It's just that we're not used to it being done in our country. But they do that. And that's what started me to think about it. And of course then everybody, oh, it's conspiracy. And I'm like, yeah, but sometimes 1 + 1 = 2.
I think the other thing is not only are we not used to it happening in our country, nobody wants to think that it would happen in a building with civilians.
That part too.
That's the other part of that, right? Because civilians, you had daycare centers in
They're
there.
innocent. It's so
you don't want to think my government. A lot of people, I don't have a problem with this thought, but I'm Black, so people don't want to think. I'm gonna just call it what it is. People don't want to think, oh my God, the government would really kill innocent people. Yes.
Remember on Transformers at the end when the mom was like, our government wouldn't do that. They would tell us, hey, duck and cover. And you could see in the movie that she was trying not to laugh.
Listen, and I think that's why they kept her drunk through most of it, because they knew you gotta at least pretend she drunk so that when she laughs, people just throw it off to the alcohol. But for real, like when people are like, our government would never. Whose government?
Never what?
Would never what? You mean the government that already has done a lot of?
Look at what the hell they doing now. What you mean?
You mean the whole legacy of this? This is why y'all don't want to teach history, though, right? Because if we really look at the legacy of the things that the government did and the sanctions that it has allowed for certain people to get assassinated, murdered, killed, and died, like, what do you mean they wouldn't kill innocent people? They have. They continue to do so. It's not that far-fetched for me, right? But I believe, again, two things can be true at the same time. You can have a terrorist try to come in.
Absolutely.
And then you can also say, but you're not getting out, right? Because, and maybe there's also a part of me who knows certain types of mothers. Because also at the same time, if you lock me in my house and I can't get out and my kids are in here, and it means
maybe it's me and you.
Me and you, we all got to go. We all got to go. And if it's a matter of, I know that all of us are going to die in this house, I will shoot my kids in the head as opposed to letting you poison them. Right? Nobody wants to say that out loud. But the truth is, sometimes it's more compassionate to do things a certain way than to let them go a different way. You can either be tortured or you can take a bullet to the brain. Like, people don't want to think that, and I know people are like, oh my God, you're a monster. I'm a realist.
No.
First.
I mean,
so if you tell me,
say it. What's the lesser of two evils?
That's what it is.
Well, baby, evil is evil. So,
But if you get the choice, sometimes you've got to do that, right? And so if you like in the movie The Mist, right? And I love The Mist, and it messes with me, and it's one of my favorites.
The end.
Because at the end, when it's a matter of do I let these weird, and I'm gonna be honest with you, if it's me versus like these big ass spiders, kill me. That I don't want to be here for them. But at the end, the father really thought he was doing the right thing because everything I've just seen has told me the world is gone. What do? I spare my child.
The end. I said you telling me 30 seconds? It would have been.
Yo, and then it hurt.
I've watched that movie twice. I cannot watch it again. And
I've only watched it once.
I watched it. Well, so I watched it twice. Let me tell you why. First time I watched it, I caught it from the middle.
Okay.
With the white lady that was going like, I'm going to be, loud and I'm going to be the person. So I watched, that's where I caught it from. Okay.
Okay. All right.
So I watched and was like, what the hell is this? So then I had to watch it from the beginning.
I went to go see it in the movie theaters with my father.
When I saw it through, I was like, first of all, the emotional roller coaster that I was in that movie.
Cause some people you want to throw outside.
Bitch, go outside. You go out there. Don't talk. You go out there. And you dummies that sway from once. I said, this is what God was talking about when he said he spew people out that be on the fence, that's easy to blow as the wind. You be going this way and that way. I ain't got time for this. Make up your mind. Make your stand 10 toes down. Oh, you mofos, they got on my nerves. So
the lady that I wanted to throw outside was, it didn't sting me. I am one of God's chosen. I said, oh, I know how this ends. Because you motherfuckers are always the one.
Anytime they say that, kill them off the break. Don't take no chance. Kill them right in there. They die. Let them go be with the Lord. Let them be where they're supposed to be. It is fine. They're done. There's no situation where they turn out to be the God saint that they think they are. Kill them immediately.
And she did she got a bullet to the brain by the end. And we were so sad. Yo, when that happened, I appreciated the movie theater I was in because everybody started clapping. And I said, well, I agree.
Oh, that's the same way I felt about Joffrey dying on Game of Thrones. I ain't never wanted a kid to die so much in my life. I said, who's going to kill this boy? Kill him! I said,
yo, you know what? No, with Joffrey, you know what made me go wild? It was the grandmother. It was who did it. It was
really?
who.
I knew. So the thing.
No, it's not that it was bad, but when she was like, yeah, I did that. It was like, bitch, respect.
She was like, did you think I was going to
let you marry him?
Like what? Like you forgot who my grandmother is. Like, bitch, I'm a gangster out here. Like, the first thing first, when I saw that, because I did not read the books. So when I saw that, I was like, her grandma, my motherly instincts. And I was like, who is her mother? I said, nah, her family did that. I literally said it. I said, her family killed that boy. It won't, none of them, but I ain't gonna lie, I didn't expect it to happen when it happened, but when it happened, baby, I was like, is it happening? Wait, what's happening? Oh my God.
Yeah, because she poisoned him at the thing when Sansa was sitting there, because Sansa was still his wife, and she got blamed for it. But I was like, Sansa ain't built like that. At that point, Sansa was not built like that. I said, Sansa ain't do that. She too soft. She not built like that. She not built like that. And I was like, when the grandmother was like, you thought I was going to let you marry him? I was like, oh, it was you. I don't know why. It's not that I thought she was an innocent old lady. It was just like, I didn't pay her much attention other than like, yo, I like you. Like, you know how you have characters that's just like, I like you.
No. She know how to play that game. That's why she was still alive. Like she said she told in one of the things, I think she was like, she told what's her name's mom about things and how they go, and that she's outlived her. And I was like, grandma know how to maneuver through this thing. So I already know. And they was rich as hell.
Yeah.
So So who was going to touch him? So
my thing was, girl, when she was like, "Oh, you ain't." My thing was this: you ain't never gonna cure Joffrey.
ever.
He's infatuated with your innocence and all of that, but it's the same dude that killed like a prostitute. We don't believe
a prostitute. Because Sansa was married to the uncle by then, but he had already made it clear that he was still going to continue to torture Sansa.
Right.
Like that didn't mean nothing to him. Like so, whatever. But Audrey, that was her name, I believe, if I remember right.
Yeah,
but I was
I
like,
think so.
girl. But and my girl was gangster till the death. When what's the brother? Oh my God, what is his name?
Whose brother?
Twin. Cersei and
Jamie.
When Jamie came to kill her, and she said, "Oh, tell Cersei I killed Joffrey." She's like, "Well, since it's done now." I said, "Yo, you may kill me, but I need you to understand, I'm the one that killed your baby, so you can't kill me again. Eat that." Like.
The other thing is, she old. Like at this point, I only got so many years anyway. Like
she was like, and by the way, I'm going to get the last lick. That's what that was. Just so you know. But
that's because she ain't like them in the first place.
She didn't.
She ain't like.
She was playing the game. But once she got whiff of what was happening, she knew how to move. Real G's move in silence.
Amen.
Period. And that's what she did. I know, y'all, we all over the place.
Well, I was about to say, I don't even know how we got here from 9/11, but we is now. Shit, Jesus.
We all over the place. But, like, yeah. So, yeah. Whatever. I don't know.
Let me say this about it's one conspiracy theory that gets on my nerves, and it goes back to them, but it's not just the Carters, right? It's this Illuminati thing. It goes to that and the Da Vinci Code because I got so annoyed, and I'm glad that this has calmed down. But I had to agree with her when she said y'all hate us corny with that Illuminati mess, because this was my thing. I noticed, and maybe it's just the online platforms I was on, the online circles I was on. I'm like, why is it the Illuminati only applies to successful Black people? And this is by other Black people, right? This is for the culture. So I'm going to call out the Black culture on this. Why is it that when somebody is successful, you go, oh, Illuminati, you worshiping the devil, it's this, that. Why is that where you go? And this goes back to something that my sister said some episodes before. Don't ask me. We at 150. I don't have to remember no more. I ain't got to remember no more. About you always want to talk about us like we have to have this struggle, but then you always want to talk about Black excellence during February Black History Month, but that's the only time you talk about it because otherwise it's the struggle. So why is it that when you have success, you can only have success if it's wrapped up in evil? That's crazy. Thank you for attending my TED Talk.
Not thank you for attending my TED Talk. Now, so this is where I go, okay. So the whole Illuminati thing, like, I ain't gonna lie, sometimes it do be getting me.
Because I'm not saying that none of them are devil worshippers, but why is that?
No, but it's not everybody. Now let's get that straight. Because I know it's not everybody. Now I think that a lot of people use the Illuminati as a cover up for things they can't explain, or a cover up for the system, just the system in general. You know, it was like when Aaliyah passed. That was
still my favorite singer, y'all. Y'all know.
That was my cried. I was gonna be one. If I could be Janet Jackson background dancer, Aaliyah was next. You know what I'm saying?
I was choreographing for her. I wasn't necessarily gonna dance in it, but
I just wanted to be in the background. We gonna do like I wasn't doing it. But okay,
that was my Beyonce, because I could tell you I could do all of the moves of Try Again. I could do all of the moves of Are You That Somebody. I can still do all the moves to Are You That Somebody. Don't play with me. I could do all the moves to Rock the Boat. I could probably still do all the moves to Rock the Boat. Y'all don't know. Like, y'all don't.
and it was, oh, she died because, the Illuminati. I was like, wait a minute. Now, do I believe there was some bullshit happening with that plane?
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. Do I believe it's an Illuminati and a conspiracy because Damon Dash needed to sacrifice? What? No. That man was torn to pieces. And there was a whole bunch of other stuff with that, and then the whole ties to Jay-Z. Now, that part I do believe. But it's, again, I know some other stuff. That's why I'm not going to touch none of that. But there's that. I was like, wait, what? How did we get there with that? And then, like, I remember Kevin on stage said something not too long ago. He was like, because his brother passed. And everybody was like, oh, you part of Illuminati. And this nigga literally was like, dude, that was my brother. Like, I was on the plane. Like, what do you mean? Like, they talked about the whole thing and how. And then for them to be no more famous than what they are. Why would I sacrifice? What? These are truly God-fearing Christian, like as Christian as you can get, people. What? But I do believe it exists. I just think people use that as when they want to say the system that's X, Y, and Z. That's what they talk about. The Illuminati. I think they talk about. No, baby, it's not the Illuminati. It's the system. But if you want to call the system Illuminati, then fine. Whatever floats your boat. But
my thing is, it's the system, like you said, and I still haven't seen the whole thing. I'm gonna get there, y'all, but it's like 2 hours, and I ain't got the time. But Katt Williams blast, let's call it what it was, his 2-hour blast, where he called it all out. But he ain't used the word Illuminati. I believe that. I believe him. Okay? I believe him. I believe, if I don't believe anybody else in Hollywood, I believe Katt Williams. And I'm going to tell you 100,000% why I believe Katt Williams. Because ain't nobody.
Those two. Katt.
Who?
I'm sorry. Katt, Eddie Griffin, Dave Chappelle. Those 3 people?
Yes.
I believe
them. But I definitely believe Katt. Because nobody said he was lying, and nobody said he was wrong. Everybody but you and I both know that people will be quick to be on. Everybody was silent for so long that it's literally like, oh, that's the truth then. And then when people responded, it was, well, this was supposed to be you. So you're still not saying that he's not telling the truth. You're just saying that you're confirming.
You're just saying that he opted out, but you didn't. Like, what? But when that man said everybody got a light-skinned wife I was like,
he wasn't wrong when he talked about people cutting their hair off and everything. But this, to your point, is what we know about systems, right? And people will not admit that these systems. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this and probably make no more friends, and that's okay because I don't got none anyway. People don't want to admit that Black dudes fall in those systems too, right? Because like the guy, for example, who just got fired, the light. It's always a light skinned dude too, and I hate to say that because them my peoples, but the light skinned Black dude who went off on these Black chicks about they louding in their hair, and then I guess he got fired. He's a British dude. It was a British dude. I'll send you the clip. But it's like this chunky, tall, he was like light skinned with freckles dude, and he was going off about how y'all don't listen. See, that's what I'm talking about. Y'all don't listen.
Oh yeah, I know exactly because he a redhead. Yeah, I don't know. What he said to me was absolutely wrong and outrageous.
It was absolutely wrong and outrageous. But this is my point is this. My point is everybody always focuses on Black women, right? Because Black women at least will be honest. We wear wigs, we do the weaves, we straighten the hair and everything to be palatable so we can get fucking jobs. Because the reality of certain situations are what the reality of certain situations are. Especially as a woman. You have to be physically palatable for a lot of people in order to get a job. And this is not exclusive to Black women. They have literally done tests with white women and all types of women. And the woman who wears makeup versus the woman who does not, there is a distinct difference in how they are treated, viewed, looked, and promotions. Stop it. my thing with the system and why I appreciate Katt Williams calling it out is because he was calling out dudes. Because men like to act like, I mean, we're all guys, and white guys see me as just another guy. No, they don't. No, they don't. They have you, in order for you to get here, you have to cross-dress. How many black men have cross-dressed through Hollywood? Let's be serious. How many have put on a dress? Right? Oh, okay. Then it's, well, you can't have the black wife. You got to get to his point. You got to have this. So how many have left their black wives to get that? Oh, you can't look this way, right? So you have to cut your hair off, or you can't do the dreads anymore. You can't. People, a lot of men like to act like they're exempt and that shit doesn't happen to them. It does. And that right there is what I appreciated about Katt Williams, because Katt Williams' whole thing, from the part that I've seen, y'all, I will admit I went to like 20 minutes, but he called out men. He called out the system of how it is for men as a man, and for that, he will forever have my respect, because way so much and too much is there always this attention toward women. That's it. Thank you for coming to the sequel of my TED Talk. I'm gonna just TED Talk all up and through here today. Because listen, I'm on glass number 3. I could do this.
Talk 1, 2, 3. Oh God, yeah. Y'all, conspiracy theories it's a lot that goes into. They make you think. And for those of us who like to critical think, because
yeah, a lot of y'all don't do that anymore. Y'all turn the brains off, and I get it, because I want to turn mine off.
If I could, I promise y'all right now, if I could turn my brain off.
If I could turn it off, if I could hit some snooze,
I promise you, I would. I like turn the brain and the subconscious. Turn it all off. Turn off the lights. Turn them off. Click. Unplug that shit. Wrap it up. I promise you, I would. Absolutely would. Okay? That's not how my brain works. But to that point, conspiracy theories will have you thinking, and I ain't gonna lie, I don't believe that all of them are false.
No.
I do believe that there are some, and we only touch vaguely on like some little popular ones, but there are some more historic ones that you'd be like, well, yeah, I mean, based off history and what we know,
it's possible.
It's possible. Like you can't just overlook, some of this stuff. Now there are some that is just like, no, wait a minute.
Yeah, I think the thing for me,
like
conspiracy
like the
theory,
one where they talk about us landing on the moon. I have no idea.
I believe that one. I believe that one. I believe soundstage on that one. I believe that one. 110%. I believe that one. That's one of the few that I'm like, put my name on the side of the believers, of the conspiracy believers. I believe that.
I'm not saying that I believe that. I don't think my brain has the capacity to believe or not believe it.
I'm gonna tell y'all why I believe it. I don't believe. I don't trust America government enough to believe that ain't a lie. Y'all have really good sound systems and studios. Y'all are known for Hollywood. Y'all did really good stuff. Y'all still leading the way in a lot of movie magic. Not like anime, because Japan that's their wheelhouse. But your wheelhouse is AI and 3G and James Cameron and avatars and shit. So this is what y'all do, right? So I don't put it past. I don't put it past. I believe we've been to the moon. But I believe that America is so obsessed with being first, the best, the only, and has no scruples of lying.
This is the thing. I don't believe we are the only.
No, well, definitely not at this point. But when it happened,
I mean, even then, I don't think we were the only. I do think we absolutely had help. I do absolutely believe that some other country, Russia, was like, hey, we're going to do this together. Like, honestly, and then America was like, gut punch that ass. Take a picture. Like, you know, I do believe, like, maybe something like that happened. And Russia was, like, on the other side of the camera. They didn't get there fast enough for the photo. However, what makes me question it, where I should go, I don't know, is because one of the dudes that I was watching, I don't know how I ended up watching this, he was like, if there's zero gravity, how do we know that there's wind on the moon? And I was like,
That's true. How you know you blowing? Well, I guess if you
and
if
it
you
was
got
like because the flag is seen waving, so it's like if it's zero gravity, would it not be floating up, or would it be waving this way? I was like, but I'm that's Astro is not.
I've been to NASA. I've been to Houston's NASA, and it's awesome. And that's a good point.
And I was like,
but that's a good point because of this. But that's a good point because of this, though. But consider to that, I'll say consider this, because they always, when they train you to go out in space, they put you in a really big tank of water because you float, right? You do that. Now, to that point, if you hold a flag underwater, but you put a fan on it, it will blow. Like, case in point, submarine blades, right? Like, you still are creating wind. So it's not that it's not possible, but you would need, but to that, then you would need a good amount of force to push that flag. If you're
and then we talking about in the 70s, ain't that when we supposed to like the 60s? It's the timing.
I'm just gonna say that's real crisp quality that camera was for you to be out too, there.
Because we got 5G right now, and I swear to God, I be trying to figure out why I only got 2 bars, and I'm on Wi-Fi.
Listen, I remember the first phone cameras on the first smartphones, and they were garbage basura. So I don't know, like, they were trash. So like, that's real good quality. That's real good quality right there.
I mean,
for a non-sound, for if you're not, that's real good quality if you're not in a sound stage. It's like, what, you by yourself with a tripod to put this flag. I got questions.
I don't know enough. And that's why I say yes, I have tons of questions.
I have questions.
Tons of like little kid amateur questions. Not sophisticated, well thought out ones, just very amateur basic ones. And I just, because of that, I don't know. Like, it's like, I mean, I guess, sure, I don't know. Okay, what?
I got questions.
So
that's all I got.
Sure, if that's then the kitty side of me, and this is my last thing, and then we'll go. Is like, did y'all see some Martians?
Oh my God!
Like, when y'all came back in, one, how did y'all not burn through the ozone? That's one. That's always been a question for me. Because if y'all can create this metal that don't burn through the ozone layer, why my cell phone get hot? And stop working.
Leave it to you to ask the real questions. That's a good ass question though. I would like that metal because this thing, especially if I can't take the battery out this bitch no more. Because at least when I could take the battery out and put it in ice and cool it off and if I can't take the battery out of this, y'all got to do better. Y'all got to do better. Samsung, I'm talking to you. LG, if you still make phones, I'm talking to you. Apple, we talking to you. Y'all got to do better with these phones, man. They overheat too much. They overheat if you plug them in to certain outlets. Like, come on, man. Come on. I used to be able to take the battery out. Can we go back to the days where you could take the fucking battery out? Y'all corporate greedy bastards. Can I take the battery out?
I'm just saying, like, okay. Y'all, this has been fun for 150 episodes. Nothing serious. Like, just have conversation. Matter of fact, comment below. Let us know what are some conspiracy theories that we didn't touch on, that y'all heard of, old, new, all of them. Because we want to know. We can talk about them. Because
I'm gonna say this though: if you put anything about the Earth being flat in any of these comments, y'all, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. Please, I'm coming for. If you put a goddamn thing about a flat earth in these here comments, you will be banned from my TED Talks. I will ban you from my TED Talks.
I forgot about that one. But we're not going to get into that, y'all.
We're not getting into it. We're not.
We are out of time. We are out of time for that. Y'all just don't put it in the comments because Siobhan will block you.
And your blocks. We're not going to do that. We're not. I love him, by the way. We're not doing that. Your blocks. No. We're not doing that. Yes.
Oh my God. Okay.
The audacity. The audacity.
Okay, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna say, oh my goodness, cheers to that, y'all. This has been so much fun. Laughs definitely needed. Oh, and appreciate it, y'all. We'll have more random things like this, so just stay tuned. But before we go, Sissy, let us know: are you smashing or passing your Riesling?
I'm gonna smash this Riesling. I normally don't like Riesling, but I had 3 glasses, y'all. This is a good conversational wine, clearly. I did have it before at our wine out that didn't make it. So if you watched it, thank you for watching us live on our return to. I don't know what happened. It was a day.
A whole day.
A whole day. So yeah, but I'm a smash. I had said then that I'm not really a fan of Riesling, but this I actually do enjoy this Riesling, this German Riesling. I think I like German wines because they're like crisp to me. Like they're clean, they're direct, they're to the point. They're very German. And so I'm all for it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm going to smash this. This is Kirkland.
Kirk Franklin. Sorry. You want a revolution?
It's a good Sauvignon Blanc.
Okay.
So I'll smash it. Like that's all I got. Like I think my mental is just overwhelmed, so I don't have a lot of vocabulary for it. But this is good. This is good. I poured the second glass, and I'm really not even supposed to be drinking wine like that. So here we have.
We're gonna have a whole lot of wine this Saturday. So
yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on this wonderful episode of A Little Something, the number 2. To write about, I am one of your hostesses, Ty Michelle.
I am the other, Siobhan Camille.
Be sure to like, share, subscribe. Remember, comment below your conspiracy theories. We'll read it. We'll talk about it. Follow us on Instagram at ALS, the number 2, WA. We will see you each and every week right here on YouTube at 12 on Wednesdays. And one of these Saturdays, the first or the last, on YouTube. Just stay tuned. Hit that notification bell. You'll see when things go up. To watch it immediately. So you with us when we whining and stuff. And remember, as always,
there's nothing wrong with a little wine.
Or a lot. Toodles, y'all. See y'all next week.